So, first of all, I'd like to say thank you to all of my new patrons. I really did not know what to expect when I started Patreon. And so to have people jump out immediately and, support me and what I'm doing in this project, it was really meaningful to me. So thank you very much. Rodina 1.6 is going to be the inventory update. I'm really excited about it because if you imagine anything that we want to add to Rodina, whether it's building features or any kind of gameplay that's more complex than just shooting something, you really need inventory stuff. And so I'm really hoping that this is going to be a jumping off point for a lot of really exciting stuff. The core part of the update is the grid inventory. It's Diablo style or Deus Ex style. I really like these. I always have. I like Tetrising elements in together and organizing. The inventory is divided into two pieces. On the left side is the actual grid, the grid inventory. And then the other side is your player installation grid. And the concept behind the installation grid is it represents your suit. And so it's divided into four sections. There's right arm, left arm, head, and then body. Each section is for a different kind of item that gets equipped. So your head will be for scopes, it'll be for CPU or memory upgrades, your arms are for weapons and for tools, and then your body is kind of for everything else. It's for movement upgrades, it's for armor upgrades, power systems, things like that. In addition to the inventory, we've also added a quick selection wheel, like you see in a lot of games. There's one quick selection wheel for each of the four different installation grid types. So there's one for your head, there's one for your right arm, left arm, and one for your body. And they allow you to choose, which scopes you are using, which weapons you have equipped, and allows you to toggle on and off different options. I had to add some graphical updates for the quick selection wheel. So right now when you use it, it goes into slow motion. The game blurs, and we haven't really had anything like that until now. So while I was doing the blurring, I also added depth of field blurring so that very distant mountains are a little bit blurred, and also added some bloom so that emissive lights kind of look better. And also I ended up fixing some things as well. So when I was working on the slow motion, the game never really had slow motion before. And when I put it in, I realized that projectile motion was broken. And I fixed it, and now projectiles are a lot smoother. Another thing I wanted to add for this update was improved controls. Really wanted to polish up things like the gamepad controls. I never had auto-aim or lock-on abilities before, and so those have made playing with the controller feel a lot better. I redid a bunch of the keybinds. The quick wheels come up when you press the D-pad, up, down, left, and right. We also added ducking, which will come into play later on. One thing I'm not totally sure about yet is the rocket blaster. Right now you use the right mouse button to toggle on the rockets, and that's going to change because in the future the right mouse button is going to be for tools, whatever's in your left hand. So I'm not quite sure yet if the rocket blaster is going to end up being a separate weapon, or if you'll toggle it with a different button other than the right mouse button. Just need to try it and see what feels good. We've got an inventory and we've got a way to select your items. Now we needed stuff for the inventory. So this was going to be the rest of the update, and it's the part I was really excited for. I've got a list of new features and new equipment and new systems that is so long. And truthfully, this list was a little too long. I really am just really excited to get Rodina more rounded out, and I really wanted this update, since it's been a while, to be really big. But after seeing everybody subscribe on Patreon, I started to think about what would be best. And I think it's better to actually put the update much sooner. So right now I've already got this cool grappling hook weapon in that I'm really excited about, and I can't wait for you to see it. It's a grapple beam, and it's exciting, it's fun. Rather than waiting 6 months and dropping an update with who knows how many new things, I think I'm going to release this update as soon as possible. After that's done and 1.6 is out, then the next update can be just one new item, and then another new item, a new weapon, a laser weapon, or it'll be the CPU and memory chips that go in your head. It'll be maybe a mini map, things like that. It'll be sort of smaller chunks. So that's the plan. We'll release this update as soon as possible. Hopefully there'll be a lot of content coming pretty quickly. After this stuff is done, there's 2 more big updates that I'm thinking about. One is the shipboarding update, which we've been working to for a long time. And the other is, I think Rodina is really due for graphical improvement and for rendering improvement. Maybe we'll do a vote for one of those 2 things, but both of them will happen. So yeah, it's an exciting time for the game. I'm thrilled to be working on it. I can't wait for you guys to see what I've been doing. Pretty soon, 1.6 will be out. It's going to be substantial, and once all these new items and upgrades are in, I think it's going to really make the game a lot more fun. So thank you all for following this whole time, and especially thank you to my new patrons. I'm really excited for you to see what I've been working on. So thank you, and I'll see you next time.